Welcome! Today, we're diving deep into a topic that has a huge impact on, well, pretty much everything. Your energy, your mood, even your immune system. We're talking about gut health, and we're going to get straight into how you can make a real difference, and fast.
So let me just ask you this straight up. What if you could actually boost your energy and give your immune system a helping hand in the next 2 days? I know, it sounds like a pretty bold claim, right? But the science is showing that your gut can respond surprisingly quickly.
All right, let's jump right into the quick wins. See, the really amazing thing about your gut is just how fast it can adapt. We're not talking about waiting weeks or months for results. You can start seeing and feeling changes in as little as 48 to 72 hours. That means every single meal you eat is a new opportunity to make a difference.
The key is to start simple, so don't get overwhelmed. Here are 3 super easy things you can literally do today. First, eat 2 different kinds of fruit. Any 2. It's all about variety. Second, get out for a 20-minute walk. That little bit of movement can do wonders for your microbes. And third, try to add 1 fermented food to a meal. Think yogurt, kefir, or kimchi. That's it. That's your starting point.
Now, those 3 things, some fruit, a walk, a bit of yogurt, they might seem really small. But they're directly feeding and influencing something incredibly powerful inside of you. We're talking about what scientists and doctors are now calling your body's second brain, your gut microbiome.
So what is the gut microbiome? Well, just imagine this incredible, bustling ecosystem of trillions, yes, trillions of tiny microbes all living inside your gut. I absolutely love this garden analogy. What you feed this internal garden directly determines what grows. Are you planting beautiful flowers, or are you letting the weeds take over?
And to give you a sense of just how much we're talking about, all those little microbes in your gut can weigh up to 2 kilograms combined. That's about the weight of a brick. It's basically like having a whole other organ, a living, breathing part of you that you have the power to change with every choice you make.
Okay, now let's talk immunity. This number is just wild. A staggering 70% of your entire immune system is located right there in your gut. It's no wonder that a healthy gut is your absolute first line of defense when it comes to staying healthy and fighting off bugs.
And it doesn't stop with your immune system. What about your mood? An incredible 95% of your body's serotonin, that's the feel-good chemical, is produced in your gut. This is the famous gut-brain connection in action. It's the reason you get that butterflies in your stomach feeling when you're nervous. An unhappy gut can literally drag your mood down.
So, what happens when that inner garden of yours isn't doing so well? This leads to a state that scientists call dysbiosis. So let's talk about the common signs that your gut garden might be in desperate need of a little weeding.
So on the one hand, you've got a healthy, diverse gut. Think of it as a resilient, balanced community that can handle whatever life throws at it. But on the other hand, you've got dysbiosis. This is an imbalanced state, where there's less variety and some of the less friendly microbes can start to take over, which is often linked to inflammation.
The most obvious clues, of course, are digestive ones. You know, things like feeling bloated or gassy all the time, unpredictable bowels, heartburn, indigestion, or just that annoying abdominal pain after you eat. These are your gut's most direct ways of shouting, hey, something isn't right down here.
But the signals can go way, way beyond your stomach. Because the gut is so central to everything, an imbalance can pop up in some really surprising ways. We're talking about unexplained fatigue, skin problems like acne or eczema, noticeable mood changes or anxiety, or even just finding that you're catching every single cold that goes around.
Okay, that's enough about the problems. Let's get back to the good stuff, the solutions. Think of this section as your practical, gut-friendly toolkit. This is your path to cultivating that healthy, thriving gut garden we've been talking about.
Now, if there's one thing you need to remember, it's this. If you want to change your gut, you have to start with what's on your plate. Your diet is, by far, the single most powerful tool you have. Every single bite you take sends a message to your microbes. The question is, are you feeding the good guys or the bad guys? And the #1 rule is diversity. Seriously, forget about finding that one magical superfood. The real magic is in variety. The goal is to aim for about 30 different plant foods in a week. Now, that might sound like a lot, but remember, everything counts. Fruits, veggies, herbs, spices, nuts, seeds, all of it. Different colors actually feed different types of good bacteria. So that old advice to eat the rainbow, it's absolutely spot on.
And at the same time, it's just as important to limit the things that can harm our gut. But don't think of it as cutting things out. Think of it more like swapping things up. So, instead of ultra-processed foods that can mess with your gut lining, go for whole foods. Swap out the sugary drinks that feed the wrong bacteria for water or herbal tea. It's all about making those simple, better choices, most of the time.
Of course, it's not just about food. Your gut microbes actually have their own daily rhythm, which is why getting consistent sleep is so critical. Regular movement also helps promote more diversity in your gut, and managing your stress, even with just a few minutes of deep breathing a day, can really calm down that whole gut-brain connection.
Whew, we have covered a lot, from the deep science to the simple solutions. So let's bring it all back home and focus on what really matters. How do you make these positive changes actually last?
If you only take one single thing away from all this, please let it be this quote right here. You don't have to be perfect. Having a slice of cake or a pizza is not going to ruin all your hard work. It's the small, positive things you do again and again, day after day, that truly build a healthy and resilient gut over time. Consistency always wins.
And it really does all start with just one small step. So I'm going to leave you with this question. After everything we've just talked about, what is the one simple thing you're going to do for your gut today?